15 minutes of gameplay. Kingdom Hearts shit, we already saw that. Phantom Blade Zero. They dropped new Phantom Blade Zero gameplay. This is worth looking at. Am I gonna play this?
Damn this rain. Always when I'm out. No one goes near Papa.
When does this game even drop? I feel like this game's been in development for like
you.
2 decades.
My damn misfortune hadn't bled me dry. Get down.
Pete AAA slot? Is it a Souls like? I don't even know what this game even is anymore. Bro, I seen the Wolverine game. Why is the voice acting like that? Did y'all see the Wolverine game? Nah, I gotta pull up that clip. That shit is too funny. Hold on. Give me a second. That Wolverine game shit is too funny. Cause why does he sound like that? Why does Sabretooth sound like this?
You wanna call the shots? Kick Essex's ass! Take charge!
He doesn't, bro. He sounds so off.
You won't. You just give a shit when it suits you. You don't even want to be here. You're right.
It's like that Breaking Bad video.
You were back. We were back. But you ain't ever coming back.
Bill from accounting was doing his best, bro.
Hey.
The Breaking Bad dub, yeah.
Come on, Vic.
It's literally this clip.
Tell this asshole if he wants to learn how to make my product, he's got to do it my way. The right way.
I speak English.
So you understand what asshole means. Now go get me my phenylacetic acid. Asshole! How long is it gonna take you to get him what he needs?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Several hours at least. I can wait. It gives us time to talk about the state of this lab. Don't you have standards?
Who do you think you are?
I'm the guy your boss brought here to show you how it's done. Now, if you want to keep your job, I suggest you stop whining like a little bitch and do what I say. Tell this asshole if he wants to.
That Wolverine clip is hard, bro. I don't know. That's literally, bro. I can show you it again. That's literally what he sounds like.
You want to call the shots? Kick Essex's ass! Take charge!
It's the same thing, bro. Bro, they dropped new Wolverine gameplay, but I don't even know if I even want to fucking play the game, bro. Like, fucking PlayStation been pissing me off lately. Whatever, bro. Especially with this fucking Tocon PC. Like, I don't know, bro. Whatever. Where the gameplay at? Oh, this is the gameplay? God damn. My thoughts exactly. Recast? I don't know, bro. I don't think it needs a recast. They just need to redo that part, bro. Like, there's just no feel to it. Like, I don't know. He's just groaning aggressively. Oh, it's not a Souls-like? Oh shit, what the hell? He's zipping in. Oh, swinging like Spider-Man. That shit's sick.
I see. Looks like no room for negotiation.
Master Soul, kill the Shadow Sovereign by the Order's rules.
What the fuck is wrong with him? This is a boss? You just fight right here? What incarnation am I watching? Yo, Meldry, this for the 200. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. It looks pretty cool. I like this boss though. Definitely didn't expect a boss fight to be right here. How are the horses holding on that weight? I mean, there's two of them, not just one horse. I'm whooping his ass. Damn. He damaged his hat. Wait, the horse is just gonna die? The poor horses. Woo! Oh shit. What the fuck happened? What? Fuck, he has cancer or something?
What blurred my eyes? Was it the rain? Or blood?
Well, heart virus, Goku. The Goku heart virus.
You're finally here. Late again. I never thought, in the end, you'd be the only one who still cares whether people live or die.
Visuals look good.
The Mandate's leaders don't care about ordinary people. The merciful Lady of the Veil doesn't care either. Zuoshang's order no longer upholds its rules. Nor does he care about the people of the Wulin. The peddlers, the laborers, the elderly, and the children. Who's left to protect them? And somehow, only you, with so little time left.
Oh, so he is dying.
It's time for my last battle.
Someday, I'll roam the Wulin with you.
The fuck is that,
and
an
be a
anime?
hero.
They call me Quick Hand Jung.
Quick
I travel
Hand
the
Jung.
land collecting rare treasures and relics.
The name's Forge. I serve under Lady Ananis as an
There's
artisan.
no way you named yourself Forge.
Taking you on that ride was worth it. Every bit of it.
Finally.
A blacksmith named
You're here
Forge.
at last. I've been waiting forever.
The three of us spent most of our lives fighting for the Mandate.
She did not cook, no.
We thought ourselves heroes, only to realize it was all a lie. There's a great secret in this world. One beyond the grasp of ordinary men.
The fuck?
A power beyond reason. Its source. It's from...
What? A what? What? Did he just grow? What? 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 What?
Give up my blade.
Just grew a wheel head.
Damn. Mine.
God damn, kick the shit out of him.
I'll strike only once.
Damn.
My fists strike only the strong.
Oh, the bosses look cool in this game.
Who's controlling
Type shit, you just know this is a PlayStation exclusive.
Kill. Shadows.
There's a bunch of weapons you get down.
Never told me to do this.
But I'll make you do it.
I would give everything.
What the fuck?
This merciful lady.
This was my mistake.
Ooh,
I have to
those look
make
cool.
it right.
Puppet woman. You did
Is that a summon? Damn. Oh shit. Yikes. Shit, that looked pretty cool. The gameplay is beautiful. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Damn, they boxing though.
Extinguish the flame. See what burns beneath.
Damn!
Drop the blade. Let true steel.
Why are you doing like that?
No shame.
Why the fuck you doing like that?
Yet it moves through all. That's the path to know.
Who are you?
Whoa.
Show me your strength.
Did he just fuck?
And the answer.
Oh, wow. God damn. You both fucked his ears up. The sound design is sick too. Nah, they cook with this trailer. This trailer is crazy. Donnie Yen. Oh, what the fuck? 1029.
I'm looking forward to his next move.
Cool. Cool. Interesting, interesting. We tapping in or what? Is that a yay or a nay? Oh, you just know it's an exclusive. You just know. You even had to ask. Is that a yay or a nay? Oh, I need to add the 7 TV emote for that. Never added that. Yay or nay? There, I added nay. Wait, oh, I'm not signed in. But I had nay, but I'm not signed in. Okay, nay's added. Wait, what? It won't let me add yay. I put nay in, but yay won't. What the fuck?